Breaking news. President Biden appears to have gotten lost once more, and who knows if he will ever find his way off the stage.
Has been lost before and had his dear wife to help him with chocolate pudding and a fresh baby wipe and a helping hand off the stage, but not this time.
Fresh chocolate pudding.
Fresh chocolate pudding and a fresh baby wipe. Good morning.
Welcome. Good morning. It's Friday.
Wow.
It's Friday. All kinds of interesting stuff lined up. I don't know if I got enough though. It's funny that Pat was talking about chemtrails. Well, I shouldn't have said that. Oops.
Oh,
too late now.
the thingies.
Yeah.
That you see.
I was just sent a picture this morning. It's weird because we were talking about yesterday or last night about them, and I'll show you guys the picture. And I've been getting these pictures a lot from a viewer. Yeah. Somebody go crazy with them up there. They're drawing pictures in the sky or something. I don't know.
Okay, you got a person with his arm standing up like a stick figure. You got an anarchy sign. You got a peace sign up top.
Yeah, they're all different directions.
They were doodle pattern. Like a big giant doodle pad.
Crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross applesauce, yep.
Yeah.
Fun.
Interesting stuff. We got Dana B, the Hungry Prepper, ER. Where'd you that cat?
Present.
The Hungry Prepper. Good morning.
We got Amanda,
Dana B,
Homestead, 64, Troy, Pat, and Jennifer. Good to see everybody this morning.
Good morning, people.
We got 2 people over on Twitter.
Hello, Twitter.
Ready to go.
I'm also on Twitter.
It's what's heating up the skies. Oh yeah, they've taken samples of the sky and found high levels of aluminum in the sky. How else would you get it up there? I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Southern Belle, how's it going? Good to see you.
Good morning, Southern Belle.
Oh.
I haven't seen anybody. Well, Southern Belle, I haven't seen her for a minute. I've been MIA, so I haven't seen anybody.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and put this video up real quick.
Has finally come out with her policy proposal after months of her platform revolving around her being a woman, and it's as bad as you think it is. It would make Soviet Russia proud. So what is it? She's essentially suggesting the first federal ban on price gouging when it comes to food and groceries. And sure, that sounds great if you don't care about real life consequences. If you do care about real life consequences, you would look at Soviet Russia, right? Or even more current, Venezuela. What happens when government caps prices? And the government regulates prices, it usually causes stagnation or regression in the market. What does that mean? It means that if the government caps the price of eggs, at $2.50. That would be great for the week that those eggs are available. But eventually, big corporations or even small mom and pop shops are going to look and realize, hey, I'm not making any money off of selling eggs for $2.50, and I can't sell them for more. So I'm going to stop the production of this. And now eggs won't be readily available for everybody. If the government caps the price of houses at $50,000, sure, that would be great if you manage to find somebody who wants to sell their house at $50,000. But then what would happen? People would stop building houses because there's no profit in building and selling a house. You might even be losing money. Construction workers would eventually lose their jobs because, again, who wants to hire someone to build anything when it's gonna lose their money? I think that this is a realistic policy that Democrats would push. Absolutely not. What they're doing is using this as a talking point against Republicans. Hey, you don't support an economic policy that would absolutely destroy our economy. You're a bad guy. She's just creating more false promises to her constituents, so it looks like she's trying to solve a problem, but really it's going to make it worse. But the one thing the government can do to help lower inflation without destroying the economy, lower government spending. Become responsible with taxpayer money, but we're not going to see anybody do that.
I couldn't said it any better myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole thing with stopping the price of or the price gouging thing. It sounds wonderful, but it's not. It's the opposite. It has the opposite effect. It's been proven many, many times. Pretty soon you go through a store or something, and why don't they carry this anymore? Because there's no profit in it. And stores, like grocery stores, they barely make any money. It's more of a volume thing. They make just a fraction on a product. They make a fraction, but the thing is that they make a lot off of the bulk of it. So instead of, they could make 20 cents on a can. You add that up by 1,000 cans, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But if they get to a point to where they're not going to make any money off of it, what's the use of putting that product out? They'll go try to find something else to make money on.
Right. That's what the local market basket that we have out here. It's a Massachusetts family-owned grocery store, but it's been a chain store throughout all different parts of Massachusetts. So they've spread out, but they have like a good thing like going on in there. They have like a little restaurant where they use their own. They like local products, but they also have a lot of international products that is constantly swapped out. You might only get like a certain pack of food or seasoning or cans of beans or something that are popular, but then they'll swap it out like to get new items in, and but they make a killing off the restaurant part. They do their own pizzas, like subsection. They have sushi section. That helps the rest of it, but they do good though.
And we got Joe Biden instructs audience to oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
I don't know that watch decides to set its own alarm. And that was for at 7:00, evidently. It just now went off.
You probably missed it at 7, so every hour it's going to do it.
No, I haven't. I've been sitting here since 6:00.
I'm now getting a notification on my phone that you're live, though. YouTube's lagging a little bit.
But anyway, Joe Biden instructs audience to beat the hell out of Republicans a month after assassination attempt against President Biden. Or President Trump, sorry.
Watch out.
Yeah, I was going to go ahead and play the video, but there's really no need to. Yeah, it's sometimes it's good to listen to them, and then sometimes it just it's irritating.
It's for me. It's too early in the morning, so please don't. No, my stomach isn't settled yet.
and there's speaking of that, there is a lot going on with that. Before that, let me go ahead and found something interesting that popped up. We're on the subject of the sky and everything. Mysterious black ring spotted in sky over Virginia. And multiple people has reported this. Mysterious black ring was spotted in the sky over southern Virginia. Was the first to report the black ring and sent the video of the ring to Channel News. Steep reported he first spotted the mysterious smoke ring near Eastern State Hospital in Williamsburg, Virginia. Another person was also able to snap photos of a mysterious ring near Old Moortown Road. The ring only appeared in the sky for approximately 10 minutes before fading away.
That's crazy.
Let's go ahead and pop one of these videos. See if we can find. Yeah, that's more pictures. Oh yeah, there's a lot of different pictures of this. Let me pop that up over here.
Somebody had made a big smoke signal.
There we go. Oh, get back here. Started too fast.
I'm going to mute. Trains going by.
A mysterious black ring appeared in the sky in Hampton Roads on Tuesday. Several Wavy TV 10 viewers reached out to the station with images and video of the ominous-looking ring floating in the sky. The messages started coming in shortly after 11 a.m. on Tuesday. One Wavy viewer sent in a video when he was working in the vicinity of Eastern State Hospital in Williamsburg. Another Wavy viewer was in the area of Old Moortown Road. He stopped to snap some photos. We discovered news articles and social media posts describing other similar sightings. Reports said a fire or some type of explosion could have caused the ring. We did reach out to the James City County Fire Department to see if there were any reports of fires or explosions at the time. The fire chief had not heard of any. If you know what caused the black ring or have any pictures or video to add to our coverage, please let us know on wavy.com.
Yeah.
That's
very,
weird.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Something is definitely behind that.
It's 4 o'clock.
No, we don't want news at 4 o'clock.
Nope.
Here's some more pictures.
See, so several people in different areas of that state were seeing it. So,
oh yeah, it
was there.
There, some people said that it was a bunch of insects, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's even more weird than the smoke ring. Why would there be insects flying around in a circle in the sky? I'd be more concerned about that than the smoke ring.
Right.
Maybe it's a portal.
Yeah, it could be. It could, and it's hard to say what it is. Yeah, and there was a lot of people saying that it was a fire, and something poofed and made the smoke ring go up.
Yep.
But this thing has been floating around for 10 minutes that they know of.
That would have.
The smoke would have dissipated long before then.
Thank you. That's the word. It's too early for me to do big words.
And you can see the trees are blowing in a lot of these pictures. So
things are moving.
It was smoke, it wouldn't have been a ring anymore.
No, it would have floated away. And what's that
Well,
word, Eric?
it wouldn't be a ring. It would just been all messed up.
Yeah, it would have swooped away in the wind. Yeah. It was like somebody swept it. Goiki's in the house. Pat Evans. Karen.
How do you know there's not different types of portals, Pat? Got to think out of the box.
Mm-hmm. Could be a look over here, not over there for the portal. Like a deceiver. And then something else went off somewhere else.
And I thought this was and everybody says it's all scripted and everything, but a lot of these are not, and you could tell the anger in the judge. I'll just leave it at that and go ahead and play this.
Mr. Rasmussen, you are not the father. Miss Miller.
Be respectful.
Sorry. Miss Miller.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot of nerve considering the alternative is somebody that don't want nothing to do with you or your child. That's a lot of nerve. You just showed me where your priorities were right there. Because I held out hope that you weren't just acting a fool because you so mad at him because he cheated on you that you would cheat your child out of a father. But that cheering you did, what you cheering? I'm a single mother with nobody that loves me or my child. What you cheering for?
I'm not.
No, you were. He is over here breaking down because he loves this child so much. I sit here day after day after day with women hoping a man would drive 16 miles to see their baby, much less 160 miles each way, and abide by a court order, sign a birth certificate, and come day after day and week after week so they can grow visitation to have a relationship with the child. And you have no compassion for not just him, but for Zaylee. She's 3 years old. Now, he's not just going to be heartbroken. We got to break this news to her. And y'all over here cheering like it's a sport. This is this baby's life.
A little bit of music in the background, faintly.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm gonna get hit anyway. It doesn't.
Wow.
I started a new instrument. That was me, YouTube. So.
Good morning, Grace. Grace is up early this morning.
Oh,
Grace.
Oh.
Keep your eye on her.
I'm still waiting to go to bed yet.
I know.
Started there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
After last night, I was like, "Wait, there's no need to go to bed now. It's too early."
Yeah. Little mouse called us.
I was gonna come up there last night, but I need to deal with fussy pants. So,
Grace, what you have for breakfast, honey?
My son his unit went on a field trip to one of the bunkers or fort, whatever you want to call it, because he's in Germany.
Yep.
So he's sending me all these pictures of the bunker and the stations where they set in and loaded these giant cannons and
oh wow,
or artillery and stuff like that. Because it's kind of part of what he's not our artillery anymore, but it's something of what he does now.
Yeah,
and they want to show where his trade came from, basically. Not that it came from Germany, but since they're stationed in Germany, that's
right.
what they're doing. Yeah, and it got a lot of cool pictures and videos of it. So, there was no need to go to sleep because I was up talking to my son most of the morning. There's a 6-hour difference and whatnot. But here is another smart lady here.
Wow, Grace, praying for you, honey.
I'm not trying to fearmonger, but if you live in downtown Chicago or anywhere near downtown Chicago, you need to get out of the city. This, starting this weekend and all of next week, is going to be freaking insane. And I hope it's not, but 30,000 international Antifa people have already showed up, and they're still showing up. 8 different groups have applied for permits to protest the DNC. Here's a list of those groups: Bodies Outside of Unjust Laws, U.S. Palestinian Community Network, Poor People's Economics, Students for Democratic Society, Israeli American Council, Reparations for Descendants of Enslaved Africa, March for People's Agenda, Chicago Alliance Against Racist Political Repression. People are not happy with Biden and Kamala from like any walk of life. Only select few people are. They've been the cause of the Israeli-Palestinian war. They've funded both sides. They're the cause of the Ukrainian-Russia war. They have skyrocketed inflation rates. They've left the border wide open. Venezuelan gangs are taking over apartment complexes and attacking people and unaliving people and raping. And I don't know who in their right mind would vote for Kamala after the mess in the world they've created. But I'm praying for Chicago, and I hope there's peace. But I think it's going to be really crazy and really dangerous. So,
And have you noticed there's a trend of something going on, even in these videos? Even in the video that I did this week, being cut off.
Yep.
And she's even said that, wait a minute, I had another 30 seconds of video and she was cut off.
They're watching.
They're cutting everybody off.
Yeah, silence the messenger.
Yep. All she was saying was thank you for watching. You know, that's all. From what it sounded like what she was going to say, maybe.
No, she still had 30 seconds.
30 seconds left. Yeah. So who knows what else she was going to say in it. And that happened to you the other day too.
Yeah.
Yep.
That DNC convention, that's a freaking powder keg. You watch.
Oh yeah. And like I was talking about, I think it was yesterday, about the pro-Palestine people that were protesting. They go to the Democrat thing. I'm like, wait a minute. What are you doing? That's the side that's supporting you, isn't it? Why are you over there shouting and doing smoke bombs and stuff there? You should be doing it the Republican, but they're so screwed up they don't know who they're with and who they're not with.
Right. They're just going all gung ho with it.
And we're back with this kid in another Walmart. This is a little bit more of a poorer Walmart, so he may get a different reactions to his questions here, but let's go ahead and take a gander.
Trump or Kamala?
Kamala all the way.
Trump or Kamala?
Trump or Kamala?
Yeah.
Trump.
Trump or Kamala?
Oh, obviously Kamala. Trump's a crazy person.
What would you say to Trump if he was here right now?
Leave the country.
Excuse me, sir? Trump or Kamala?
Trump, without a doubt.
Yeah. Trump or Kamala for president?
Trump.
Excuse me, sir? Trump or Kamala for president?
Trump.
Trump or Kamala for president?
Only a fool would be for Kamala.
Trump or Kamala?
Yeah.
Trump.
Trump or Kamala?
Trump.
Excuse me, sir? Trump or Kamala?
Trump, baby.
Trump or Kamala?
Trump.
Trump or Kamala?
Donald Trump, man.
Trump or Kamala?
Trump.
Excuse me? Trump or Kamala?
Kamala.
And Trump or Kamala?
I give up.
Trump or Kamala?
Trump.
Trump or Kamala?
Trump all day, bro.
A lot of Trumps.
Yeah.
So Remember that, because voting numbers might be a lot different all of a sudden. Get all
Oh
changed.
yeah, he
Yeah,
goes with the polls right now. He's just up 1%.
yeah.
Yeah.
They have all these other imaginary people and immigrants allowed to vote.
Well, either or, come November or January, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in the cities. So if you're in a city, be careful. And that's, like I said, either or. If Trump wins, there's going to be a lot of people going out and protesting it. And if
because everybody
Harris
wants to
wins,
take
it's going to
story.
be a bunch of people out protesting it.
Yeah, big time.
And I say protesting, but you know how that goes.
Yeah, we know how the left likes to protest. They get a little
Yeah.
violent sometimes. Yeah, that's my opinion. I'm sorry.
I seen someone was talking about Japan, about the tsunamis and stuff that's going on there. You'd be surprised how normal that is.
Mm-hmm.
I used to, well, he's in here, Goriki.
Ricky, you can vouch it.
I would hear about earthquake and stuff, because usually the earthquakes, you have to worry about tsunamis.
Yeah.
So I would message him and say how bad it, and he'd kind of blow it off. It's just a little one or something like that, and media would blow it all out of context, like it was going to be a big horrible thing. Yeah. Let's see here. And we're kind of back on this subject again. Just in, Secret Service approves new plan for Trump's outdoor rallies, including surrounding Trump with bulletproof glass. Isn't that what you're supposed to do in the first place?
Right.
Now, I don't know. Would I trust the Secret Service?
No. It's hard to trust anybody after that.
Thing, if you is it the Secret Service, or is it another 3-letter agency?
It's the other 3-letter agency, but I wouldn't, especially after that incident at the Trump rally.
Yeah.
I would have second thoughts about everything. Of course, that's probably definitely going through his head. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, they actually they've upped his his detail. He's got the amount that he originally asked for in the first place. Surprisingly, you have to get shot in the ear before they actually do anything, evidently. Yeah. The other thing, let me see if I can find it here. Come on, load. Oh, that's a good story too. Where's that? They may have already snubbed it already.
I hate when they do that.
Here it is.
Mm-hmm. I'm in with the Gariki. We got he's got 20 on riots and fires. Yep.
Breaking Trump shooter Thomas, you know who he is. Body is gone. Body
Really?
cremated just 10 days after Trump's assassination attempt. And it was released. The coroner didn't even know it was gone. He goes in there to do some more testing and stuff that court orders had come in for certain tests, on blood and swabs on the hands and things to see if he actually, and other things. And he goes in, where'd it go? And it had already been released, and he's already cremated. Yeah.
Who released it?
To me, FBI did.
Yep. Yep. Oh, definitely. That's obviously it's obvious.
Yeah, and
sarcastic.
he wrote that on August 5th, when requested to view body of the guy, he was told the body was gone. And the representative from Louisiana further noted that the FBI released the body to be cremated just 10 days after the shooting. 10 days. When have you known something to be investigated and evidence
gone,
cremated?
They shut it down real quick. That's horrible.
Higgins also noted in his report that the FBI released the crime scene after 3 days and cleaned up biological evidence from the scene. 3 days. Yeah.
Yep.
I could go down so much on this rabbit hole with this because what aren't you hearing anymore about devices? Remember his house had 9 devices. You count mom and dad, TV,
maybe a PlayStation,
maybe computer,
yeah,
maybe a game system.
Yep.
There's other devices that, meaning cell phone, unless you're not catching on, but you got cell phone devices that go to his work and go to the range, the same area he is in. Those devices were at those locations, and they were in Washington at next door to an FBI office. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out.
No. And it's so easy to switch to different devices. You just take your SIMS card out and put it in another one, but you're being traced. So there you go.
Well, no, that doesn't work.
No?
No, every device has a signature. That's the signature that they traced is that. Now you can take no, I'm not even going to talk about it because
right. No, yeah, no, that'll be a different discussion at a later time.
No, not on this platform at all.
No, not on this one. No. You'll have to be somewhere else to come talk with us about that.
And Stonehenge is in the news. Evidently, altar stone didn't come from it didn't come from wells, where they're at. These giant rocks came from Scotland. They did research, and it shows that these things came from Scotland.
Yep.
This is a real spring up day, isn't it?
These things have been a mystery for such a long
When
time.
we first got this Scottish provenance for the Ulster Stone, we thought, no way did people move this rock, this 6-ton megalith, all the way from northeast Scotland, at least 700 or so kilometers away. So it has to have been moved by humans. Did they do it using an overland transport route? Well, even today, going overland from Scotland to southern Britain is quite an arduous journey down the motorway. Back then, no motorways, of course. The UK was heavily forested. It was a temperate rainforest. There were mountain ranges, the Pennines, the Grampians, the Cairngorms, the southern uplands, and rivers. These combined would have been formidable barriers for any movement, let alone with a 6-ton boulder that you're carrying, which for us left the option of marine transport as a feasible, really credible option for this transport south. Do I think we underestimate them? Well, they were us, and they probably had people that we would call engineers and mathematicians and astronomers, and perhaps they had people who moved rock for a living. So they were us.
Yeah, there's questions on all places like that. Stones come from different areas, and it's just like how they do it, you know?
Yeah.
That's the mystery.
No, I'm not going to go down the road of aliens and all that stuff. So
no.
Interesting stuff.
Leaves you guessing.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about Harris with the tax thing for taxing tips and whatnot, and she copied it from Trump, of course.
Yes,
because he came out with it, I think, like 2 days before she did, and the thing everybody forgets is that it came up and she voted against it. Or not to abolish it, I guess you would say. So why all of a sudden is she changing her mind? Oh, wait, yeah, she's running for president, you know. And it goes back to, and that's the thing. Even Trump said it, but you know, it's in the Constitution that he can't do that. It has to come from the Senate. It has to be created from the Senate, and then if it gets voted, then he can actually sign it in. Then he would actually have the power to do so, but he can't create it and the Senate to do it. It's in the Constitution. That's because it's a tax thing.
You know what? When I used to run 2 Dunkin' Donuts, I was assistant manager at 2 Dunkin' Donuts. And the Dunkin' Donuts I worked at, gosh, this was like 20 years ago. And I could get tips at the time for being an assistant, but a manager, you couldn't. So the lady I used to work for, on the back of our time slip cards, we would actually count out our tips and put down how much tips we got. So it would be then incorporated with our pay. And the cheat sheet on that is like, you don't write down exactly how much tips, which was weird. I don't know why they were doing that back then, but that's what maybe it was something with Massachusetts, Taxachusetts, who knows?
And the next thing, gotta be careful of the wordage, but Ukraine troops wearing a certain helmet, as you can see the helmet there, which came from Germany. I'll put it that way. which a lot of those people in Ukraine or from Germany during the World War II time went to Ukraine. And if you know your history, Germany actually turned on Russia and invaded Russia. It is a really they almost conquered Russia. The thing that done them in was winter. Winter's the only thing that saved Russia. But that being said, now they're actually wearing these helmets and making fun of the Russians because they're in Russia right now. There's a good part of the Ukraine military's in Russia right now, and think the video is okay to play. So let me go ahead and play that.
О, русский Иван. Русский Иван. Эй, русский Иван. Как жизнь? Как жизнь, русский Иван? Купишь? По жизни заблудились. Куда пошли? Нет, туда, видишь? Иван, вот он, Иван. Мне 74 года. Елки-палки, я Ja. Du bist russische Schweine. Ja. Иди, пей водка. Водка.
Now, I'm not saying I'm for Russia or against Russia or anything like that, but when you have Ukraine, people were supposed to be supporting doing this. I mean, if somebody in the United States went around doing interviews or, bad mouthing somebody wearing one of those helmets, oh man, you would be canceled instantly. There'd be people protesting and screaming and all kinds of stuff going on. But where are these people now that's sticking up for, all the Jews and everything that were deleted in World War II and whatnot? And nobody's around. I mean, the majority of people don't even know what that was back then either. But yeah, I just thought that was something interesting to pop up there.
One thing with that conflict, there's so many different facets to it that I think half the soldiers over there that are fighting are all mercs. So you might get a group of guys that are just there for trouble and not under any specific command and go out and do, you know what I mean? It's just, they're not organized. They're not.
And I mean, any other scenario, they would be considered the T word for bad people.
Right.
And when you go into a country to bring terror to people, they call you a certain word, and that's exactly what they're doing. The thing is, and everybody's wondering why is Putin not doing anything? He's doing something. Trust me. I think he's playing the mousetrap game.
Yeah.
Well, come on in. Come on in. You know, come on a little bit further. Boom, there goes the whole shebang. That's all I'm going to say on that. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys heard, but Matthew Perry's in the news.
Yes.
And just goes to show you about your doctors.
Money talks. Bullshit.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff being said about, you know,
At least they figured it out, you know, on where he got it, and
yeah, and
yeah,
hopefully there's more. There's 5 defendants right now, if you want to call them that, being charged for this. So, and the conversations and the text messages between them and whatnot is just, it's sickening. These are people that are supposed to take an oath, you know, to help people and whatnot, and
yep,
they do things like this.
Well, that was it's happened with many celebrities, pop stars. It all comes out of woodwork eventually because there's a paper trail and they get that stupid. See what the PH said.
And even nowadays, it's
yeah,
it's hard not to leave a trail of stuff going by, and that's the thing. Like with the Trump thing, it's like, how did this kid not have any information, anything that he searched for, anything he no records him searching how to make boom boom devices that he had or that he didn't have, we don't know. Yeah.
WTH said, crazy Irish. I only buy Irish butter and I think of you when I chew. Thanks. It is the best one though.
Yes.
Sorry. It is the best.
And remember, everything's better with butter.
With butter. If you find one that's better, let me know.
Heartbroken gymnast Childs not giving up on bronze medal. She's already given it back, but she's still not giving up on it. And again, if you don't know, she was actually 5th, and it's all about the difficulty of one of the moves that she did, and the judges recorded it as being a 5.0 maneuver or flip or whatever it was, and the coach went over and told him this, and it got overturned, but the one that originally lost the bronze said that they had so much time to appeal it, and they were 4 seconds too late. So it all comes down to 4 seconds, or the the actual fault of it being the judges wrote down the wrong skill level of the maneuver that she was doing. So it's still not over. They're still fighting it because of it wasn't the coach's fault. It wasn't the gymnast's fault. It wasn't even the Switzerland lady that won it, then lost it, then won it again.
Yep. That's awesome.
So who knows? It to me at this point they should just say they tied for the bronze. That way everybody's satisfied with it.
Right.
Because if not, this is going to go on for a long time.
And
yeah.
with that being, if they did it that way, they would both get a bronze medal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't? Yeah, exactly. That would be common sense to do it.
Because if they side for one person, they have to take it away from one person, give it to another. They
Yep.
side the other way, oh, you have to give it back, and to me, I don't think it's either of the gymnasts' fault. I think it's the judges, and the judges should be held accountable. So just give the bronze to both of them, and be done with it, and move on to the next 4 years.
Stop the argument. It only results.
Hopefully, whoever's in charge of the LA one, the California one, oh boy. Hopefully the next 4 years, everybody's over this, they, them, it thing. And
hopefully
we go to the next thing, but yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about that one. What else where's it at? Oh, here, I've got a good one. And I've talked about these dogs, and somebody on panel might actually have some insight to these animals too. So I'm going to go ahead and share that real quick.
What is it?
Let me mute it because they do have music on it.
Is it to do with something that's behind me barking?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's a doggies, but it's certain kind of doggies. It's some border collies there.
Ooh.
I just love how they're so fun to watch when they do this.
Are you gonna share it?
Yeah, they'll get them to go through gates and everything.
Are you gonna share it?
Oh, it's not playing. Oh no. Why didn't it go up there? Here I'm sitting there watching it.
I got it, everybody. Watch out. I thought I was this one. And come on, Bush. No, I'm teasing. They are incredible. Look, Eric.
Those dogs are so cool. And the ones that do the cows, oh man.
Yeah.
Because cows are big and ornery things, but I've seen them bite the nose of a cow and make them behave and go where they were supposed to go. But yeah,
they're good sheep herders. I've seen them line up the sheep and stuff like that.
I love watching those.
Yep. They're good for animals, to help herd the animals.
Okay, I've got this other video here, and
right,
you just have to pay attention to it. Okay, it's one-sided, yes. it's decided as being toward Harris, but it's good to pay attention to these things all the time, no matter how they are or anything. But pay attention what is said in here. If you agree with it or not, just pay attention to it.
Yeah, and you're on drugs.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Where did Obama come in on this?
Right. She started out with Biden, but then swapped it out real quick. She okay? Is her she got a high temperature?
Well, the Biden thing was
Yeah.
They're talking about him stepping down.
Yep.
For the party and democracy. You can't forget that. Even though there's no democracy in putting somebody in office without being voted.
Yeah, a lot of EOs. First thing, anything that, or anyone or thing that's on Stephen Colbert is just, well.
She's a journalist.
Yep.
That's it right there.
Wizard people.
So this is them telling what they're being paid to tell you.
Yep.
And, you know, at first I watched this and I'm like, oh, I'm not playing this. And then I was like, wait a minute, just pay attention to what they're saying. And like I said, sometimes it's good to listen to the other side. You can get a lot of information off of it.
You've been drinking the wrong brand of coffee.
and that's the other thing is a lot of people from the left are going to these or watching these rallies, and the rallies that are unedited, I'll put it that way, or these interviews and things, and they're saying, oh, he's not so bad. And then wait a minute, I watched the media that night after the rally. He didn't say that. He wasn't talking about that. And they're starting to catch on because they've been force fed this crap from the media, and that's what they believe, because they don't go to the other side and watch it themselves. Just like, what is this Obama stuff? Why is she bringing this up?
He's running the show.
Yeah.
We
all know it.
Look at WTH. The people in chat here are so funny. She's, oh Lord, the fake energy with that 80s dress. Oh man. Yeah. And those shows, they don't get any ratings. If they do, they're in the pooper anyway. Nobody watches that crap.
Okay, I used to do these from time to time on the channel. Top 10 headlines the media forgot to tell you about, or the mainstream media forgot to tell you about. These are stories that they kind of bury and stuff like that. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and number 10. I'll start from 10 and go to 1.
Yep.
RFK Jr. says he has no intention of endorsing Harris. Should he endorse Trump instead? 9. Monkeypox has now been detected in San Francisco wastewater. Is anybody surprised?
No.
So, I'm not going to talk about that. It's San Francisco. Never mind. 8. Elon Musk and Donald Trump interview on X surpasses 1 billion combined views in 24 hours. 1 billion. Number 7, FBI concerned about potential attack at the DNC in retaliation to Trump's, thing, assassination attempt. I think they got more to worry about than, retaliation stuff. They have enough going on about the Palestine stuff, all the other protests that's scheduled for the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, Texas governor signs executive order for hospitals to bill the federal government for treating illegal immigrants or aliens or whatever they're supposed to be called now. Which, you're screwed either way. So we're ended up paying the bill for it, not the government, because it's the taxpayers that's going to get screwed in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Joe Biden affirms that top Democrats pushed him out of the presidential race, and that would be Pelosi and the crew.
Yep.
Number 4, Representative Jim Banks calls for an investigation into Tim Walz's repeated visits to China. And there is a ton of them.
Yeah.
It's like every month for years. Number 3, coalition of 24 states back Arizona's law requiring proof of citizenship for voter registration, which I'm still surprised that it's not a thing. It's just me. Number 2, Trump says he told Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu, and I know I butchered that, but it's close enough,
Yahoo.
to end the war. The killing has to stop. Number 1, again, we've already talked about this, but the FBI secretly released Trump shooter body to be cremated without notifying the coroner. What do they have to hide?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a thing going out, and that's the top 10 things the media forgot to tell you about. And the picture that of the shooter. There's a thing going out right now to where it's being tied into Bigfoot. They say there's only one video of Bigfoot that everybody agrees on is true and everything, and they're saying, wait a minute, it's almost like this guy is, because why use a picture that's like 5 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Is there no other pictures of him? I mean, we get the picture of the guy, their so-called Secret Service, in the window above him taking a picture of him. And there is pictures now or video of him walking around with a pew over his shoulder with his backpack, just walking around the outside of the building.
Mm-hmm.
To me, he should have been, apprehended right then and there, but I don't know.
There's a lot of times before that he should have been apprehended.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Many times.
Yeah, and And I don't know what Stumpy was, but this is evidently a big story. So maybe you guys know what Stumpy is, but the old cherry tree is gone, but its clones, little stumplings, live on. Evidently, I didn't even notice it was a video. Well, let's go ahead and play
In a
it.
tremendous story of survival, horticulturists at the National Arboretum have successfully cloned Stumpy, a stunted and gnarled cherry tree at Tidal Basin that became an unlikely social media celebrity before being cut down with more than 100 other trees earlier this year.
And what's beautiful about what's happening to Stumpy is that it's being rejuvenated. It's being turned into mulch and seedlings for future trees. And that's the purpose. It's this ongoing cycle of tree life.
These 5 young seedlings are genetically identical to the original Stumpy and could be returned to their parents' home in a couple of years after the completion of a massive seawall repair project that will fix sidewalks and prevent flooding.
The original seawall probably has been slowly sinking from the beginning. It wasn't anchored to bedrock, and believe it or not, by now, some areas around the tidal basin have sunk by as much as 5 feet. So we started to try to address this issue about 25 years ago. It is expensive work. Contract for this project alone is $113 million.
You know, when we look at how climate change has affected the capital area and the Potomac River and the Anacostia, we've seen 13 inches of rise sea level here. And yet through that, I think Stumpy was a great example of resiliency. And we continue to work with the National Park Service, with the Inflation Reduction Act, Great American Outdoors Act, to put these dollars on the ground so that as we work through the issues of climate change, we're not just doing mitigation and adaptation, but the resiliency will show through.
In a tremendous...
Yeah, that one thing I got out of it was again, doing the DNA thing and cloning trees. That way, when they get done with this project, they're going to replant Stumpy, and there'll be more Stumpies. But yeah, it's just one of those stories that you have to read on. I don't know. I find it interesting, the whole cloning is bad, but unless they do it, I mean, type of thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got here?
I'm gonna be landscaping in a minute next door. Really? They couldn't have come at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Okay, here we go. And this is another one of those interesting things. And I'm not Taylor Swift fan or anything like that, but
oh gosh.
I never saw this on my 2024 bingo card, but the Swifties are waking up. The Swifties. I never thought I'd see the day that Swifties were rallying for Trump. I guess something with ISIS happened. There's a lot of terrorism going on. I guess she had to shut down some shows because of it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are just saying, if Trump was in office, this would have never, ever happened. She would be safe. There wouldn't be terrorism or wars going on because we had world peace before, and he'll do it again. So they're finally realizing it's not about race or gender or anything of that sort. It's about our safety and the policies and a secure border. And they're finally waking up, and it's wild to see. Like, I'm so proud. Literally so freaking proud right now. Like, go Swifties. Like, let's fucking do this, bro. We're in it together now, baby.
The only Swift I use is the Swiffer for the floor. Swifty.
They're actually and it's true. They're actually flipping over because of Trump will protect Taylor Swift. But what they don't know is she said if Trump wins, she's moving out. She's leaving the country.
Well,
So-
maybe her fans, if she's such a fan, like loving her fans and all this and that, maybe she'll change her mind. You know, I mean, granted, go wherever you want, lady. Do whatever, because I'm not a Swiftie fan either. But if they're changing their minds, the fans, that's telling everybody something, you know?
Yeah.
They might actually stop listening to her if she does go.
A rarely seen deep sea fish is found in California, and scientists want to know why. And you can't remember when it used to be inquiry minds want to know. Who remembers that?
I remember that. Inquiry want to
TV
know.
commercial.
Yep.
Where's the weed?
I don't know. Do you know what kind of fish that is, Eric? It looks like a bottom.
Yeah, it's on a float, so it's looks like, I don't know, halibut family, flatfish.
I was gonna say it's something that camouflages definitely to the bottom.
Oh my god! Oh, is it one of those?
Oh, okay. That kind of looks like a ribbon fish.
Oh, is it one of those that does the weird?
That's weird.
It's a
And that's
giant
California?
parasite. It looks like a giant parasite.
No. Try not to run into it.
Sorry.
Is that his tongue hanging out? Is
I
it,
guess
is it
dead.
alive? Or?
Nah, it must be dead.
Is that better?
It'd be moving all over if it wasn't. And this is
It does.
California?
Yeah.
It looks like a giant leech.
Who the heck would be swimming off the California coast with all the great whites out there?
You're right.
It's an Alabama salmon. A giant shrimp.
Shrimp. Wait a minute. Grace,
What
get
do
your
you
mind off
call
the
that? An oxymoron, or
Oarfish? Is that what you're
making a shrimp a giant, Isn't that what they call it, an oxymoron?
Need a big bowl of cocktail sauce for that one.
Try not to run into it.
But anyways, yeah, I'm sure it says what kind of fish it is. Oh, it was already floating dead, so I guess they didn't kill it. But it is off the coast of California, so
Oarfish.
yeah, oarfish. It's known to have washed up. Wow, 1901. Dang.
The tsunami shook it up, stirred it up.
Huh.
Okay, so Grace is going back to the store to get shrimp salad on a roll. Okay, Grace, get me one too, honey. Make sure you use the Abilene.
That time of the morning show, I guess you would call it, where we're going to go to What's Life Today in History.
Woohoo! Good morning, what?
And with that, today in history, August 16th, 1977, Elvis Presley died at his Graceland estate in Memphis, Tennessee at the age of 42. 41 years later, in 2018, singer Aretha Franklin, known as the Queen of Soul, died in Detroit at the age of 76. Same day, which I didn't know. I remember this day because my dad actually cried. He pulled over the side of the road when he heard it on the radio. And there was a lot of people cried over that guy passing. Also in 1777, American forces won the Battle of Bergenton in what was considered the turning point in the Revolutionary War. In 1812, Detroit fell to the British and Native American forces in the War of 1812. In 1861, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Proclamation 86, which prohibited the states of the Union engaging in commercial trade with states that were in the rebellion, i.e., the Confederacy. In 1896, gold was discovered in Canada's Yukon Territory, sparking the Klondike fever that would draw tens of thousands to the region in search of fortune. And there's the 1948 baseball legend Babe Ruth died in New York at the age of 53. In 1954, the first issue of Sports Illustrated was released. 1962, the Beatles fired the original drummer Pete Best, replaced him with Ringo Starr.
Ringo.
In 1978, James Earl Ray, convicted assassin of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., told Capitol Hill hearing he did not commit the crime, saying he'd been set up by a mysterious man called Raul. And in 1987, people worldwide began a 2-day celebration of harmonic, which herald what believers called the start of a new purge of humankind. I actually remember that.
Yep.
Oh, I remember people going out when that little hand thing, you drive by and see people outside doing it.
Hmm. Yep.
Let's see. Let's see here. We have some more Ukraine. And I kind of touched on this a little bit. Ukraine gambles on an incursion deep into Russian territory. The bold move changed the battlefield. And I said they are moving in, getting deeper into Russia, but I think it's all a ploy. But let's go ahead and.
Хороше є сьогодні просування в Курській області.
Well, never mind. It's in Russia. Wait. Oh, there's subtitles.
Стратегічної мети нашої досягаємо. Суттєво поповнили обмінний фонд для нашої держави. Я хочу зараз подякувати усім нашим воїнам СБУ, а також воїнам Сил оборони України, ІГУР та усіх структур, які залучаються. Дякую за влучні, вчасні, результативні удари по російських аеродромах. Наші українські дрони працюють саме так, як потрібно, але є речі, які лише дронами не зробиш. На жаль, потрібна інша зброя, ракетна зброя, і ми продовжуємо працювати з нашими партнерами щодо далекобійних рішень для України. Бо це далекоглядні рішення заради нашої перемоги. Потрібно це зробити. Чим більш сміливі рішення партнерів, тим менше
And I need this, I need that, and basically what he's blabbing about. He needs long range this and long range that, but I do believe, because everybody's talking about why isn't Putin doing anything, because he's letting them come in and do this and that. I really think he's just letting them come on in, and then he's going to take care of it all at once. Hopefully before Biden goes and does something stupid, or I should say Jill or Harris or whatever the bunch is that's running things now. And then we have over here.
I'm sorry. I think he just needs a new pair of chaps, and that'll calm things down. So.
Yeah. And his pacifier at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with him is, it would be really nice if he would actually do a speech without ragging because he didn't get anything from this country, or this country tells him you're not allowed to go use these for long range, or he has to complain, or he's demanding things from supposed to be his partners, but he demands everything. Sirens. Oh, I didn't pop it up there. There we go. Sirens sound in southern Israel as delegations set to arrive in Doha for ceasefire talks, which was yesterday. So I don't know how well that's going or anything, but they're still. I'm still getting reports of people seeing rockets at nighttime and everything. Don't know. Every time I click this, it's something else.
שכוכב חברים הלך לעולמו ממנת יתר של קטמין. אתרי תקשורת ברחבי העולם מדווחים על
Well, that's not going to do any good. But yeah, yeah, I think it was right here. Sees secure Gaza and ceasefire resumes, and yeah, that's what I just said. There was more on one of the pages about it, and Hamas has said it would not, and I've already said this before, that Hamas, now you got to realize Hamas and Gaza are two different things. Hamas is the T word for bad people over there. And Gaza is I don't know if you would even call it a country, but that region. And yeah, Hamas is doesn't want any part of it, because we're involved of it, or Biden's involved in it, that kind of thing. Also, I found this one kind of interesting too. And that we have Harris campaign caught using fake headlines in ads. They're creating their own headlines, be it fake or misinformation, and we all know that they're big on the misinformation stuff, especially on certain platforms. But they're the ones that are actually making in their videos and their ads and things fake headlines, and be it bad headlines for Trump and them or good headlines for her of all the stuff that she's done and whatnot, making all these when you search them on Google and stuff. And Google has its own, you know, AI that determines if something's misinformation or not. Because I mean, I just got hit for misinformation when on a 4-year video. Again, why are they allowed? Why are they allowed to make this? And this is, I don't know if it'll pop up here or not. Nope, it sure didn't. Where did it go? Where did you go? Oh, there it is. And it one of it is who is Kamala Harris, Vice President, is a daughter of a civil rights activist and always fought for Americans, stuff like that. And it says paid for by Harris for President, presidential campaign, CNN.com is where the ad ran. There's a bunch of these. Tim Walz tapped for vice president. Harris picks. The governor signed legislature to deliver free internet to everybody. Again, a bunch of lies. And why is this being allowed? It's because they're running things, running the media, running, you know, what we're on right now. I mean, everybody knows that's been on this platform for the last 4 years. There's certain things we can say. We have to have code words for stuff because they say it's misinformation or something like that. All kinds of stuff.
I guess they don't like us to have our freedom of speech.
Close that.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna stay muted for a bit because landscape isn't working now. Great.
Yeah. Close that one. We just did that. The hill. Yeah, there was nothing on here. Let's see what else we can get here. Yeah. Harris went and the one with where she actually had Biden up there with her. She's bragging that she was the tie-breaking vote to let the IRS crack down on tipped workers. And the crowd is sitting there clapping like, oh, that's wonderful. Wait a minute. Didn't you just say you were going to get rid of that? and the crowd claps. Evidently, she wasn't reading off the prompter and got it mixed up with something else, but everybody clapped anyway and cheered. And it's like, wait a minute, you said you were for that, or no, you're against it. Which one are you? It's amazing. Let me see what else I can find. Okay, this is I don't know how to go with this one. So, it's a video that they did for YouTube. It's an advertisement of some sort. Let me go ahead and get it up here and play it. We'll go ahead and play it for a little bit until we can't stand it anymore. We go ahead and make there. Let's close that. And
America.
Oh no, my ears are gonna bleed.
I kind of like the idea of being a little bit behind.
I'm looking at Coach Walls right now. I'm looking at Coach Walls.
Yeah, I'll probably get hit.
I have white guy tacos and
What is
like
that?
black,
Like mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
pretty much ground beef and cheese.
That's
and,
okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
Here's the deal. No, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota, you know.
I'm the first vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
I'm trying
You
to
know,
expand
we'll
my
figure that-
my food knowledge.
You know,
She's the only vice president that's ever grown chili peppers. And another thing, what the heck is up with the water? Why do they have little paper things over top of it?
Cover them from dust getting into it, I guess, maybe. Protect themselves.
Is the White House falling apart? There's dust falling down, or there? Well, it is Harris. She's gonna and spray stuff all over the place, probably.
first vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
I'm
You
trying
know
to
what?
expand
We'll
my
figure that-
my food knowledge.
You know what? We've got some cantaloupes. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I
I
called
was
you,
hoping maybe
Tim.
we wouldn't have
I
to.
called you, Tim.
Yes,
You didn't answer, Tim.
I know.
What happened?
The most important call of my life. It popped up, and we didn't recognize the caller ID, and it went to voicemail.
Hi, this is Jim. I'm not able to answer.
There you go.
Thank you.
Hey, Tim, it's Kamala. I really want to talk to you.
It is an amazing privilege for me. Also, I'm excited. I just want to be part of the excitement that you're generating.
Well, we're
So
doing it together, buddy.
fun.
We're doing it together. How have these last couple of days been for you?
I can see where the energy comes. America is a hopeful country.
Indeed.
People are excited.
In every one of those groups of thousands, sometimes over 10,000 people, you've seen exactly who we are as America.
Yeah.
People from rural areas, urban areas, of every stripe and size and background. This is who we are as America, and we're all in it together.
Yeah.
And in this campaign, the only way we win is to keep the pedal to the metal for these next many, many days that we have. So, Tim, what's your relationship to music?
Yeah. For me, the transformational piece of music was Bruce Springsteen's The River,
Okay.
which is a journey. You know all the tracks,
Yeah.
and I'm that guy. My first car, it's summer 1980, been saving up. I buy a 1973 orange Chevy Camaro, got an 8-track player in it.
Oh, wow.
Previous owner left Bob Seger's Night Moves in there. I listened to it, and it's kind of the soundtrack of my life of Detroit's own Bob Seger. But what's really great about this is I have a 79 International as my car. It's got an 8-track player in it. I have the very 8-track to this day.
You're kidding
No,
me.
man, no, but how about you?
I grew up, so all these albums here, I mean, Aretha, my mother had every Aretha album, and like our Christmas gift to my mother, her birthday gift was always like, what's the latest Aretha Franklin record?
So it's on vinyl in your house as a
All of it. All that and Stevie. And then Miles, and my dad loved jazz. And so it was Miles, it was Coltrane. One of my personal favorite musicians for when I was younger was Prince. And of course, from your estate.
Yeah.
And he, in fact, I'll tell you, so my husband Doug and I'm more of a hip hop girl.
Yeah.
He's more of Depeche Mode.
Oh yeah. Oh, about the same
but
time.
yeah, I'm sure you
no,
and
no,
he
of
like the same
course.
music.
Of course.
But Prince you know, in the Venn diagram of things. Prince, he and I love the same, because I mean, talk about how Prince was with that guitar, man. I almost know by heart every one of those songs.
I feel like a trip to Paisley Park is going to happen here if the staff.
It's on my bucket list, I'll tell you
good.
that. Tell me about your dad and his influence on you.
Yeah.
He served our country. You have served for our country for so many years.
Yeah. I was 19. My little brother, I think, was eight or nine when he passed. He was a chain smoker, you know, just addicted. They got it, but Korean War era, and that generation of men, pretty stoic. After he died, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She became our rock, and now she had to go out and get work because the medical bills broke her, and Social Security and Social Security survivor benefits. We're fine pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. We had no boots. That's the boots.
And it's survival,
We paid
literally.
It is survival. We all paid it back. So programs that are just fundamental to keeping people from dropping into poverty, but to live with dignity. You keep talking about that.
We got to help people get through a hard time. We can't have a country and policies that let people fall through the cracks.
Yeah.
I love what you have done with your life. You were coaching a high school football team that was winless.
Yes.
And you came in, and so they were clearly the underdogs.
And
what happened?
Yeah, it's a team. And I had great coaches with me, and we were friends, and we buckled down. And look, I was a fairly big school, but nobody wanted to play because they hadn't won. And this group of coaches said, first and foremost, we gotta build the team. We got to go out and find people. So we invited them in. And I'll be honest, the first year, we did not score a touchdown until the last game of the year. We got shut out in every game. My high score until the final game was my defensive tackle because we got a safety in one game. 2 years later, those kids won a state championship. That school has won several more since then. After we left. You build culture. You build winning. Right. People want to be a part of it. And that's the excitement. That's the excitement of what it can be.
That's how I feel about our campaign.
Yeah.
Our campaign is the underdog campaign.
Oh, yeah.
And with our joy, we also have to understand that we're still up against some forces.
Yes.
That are trying to divide our country. It pains me the kind of division and the stoking of divisions that has taken place, right? And when we can remind people and create a space for everyone to come where they see each other and say, magic. Hey, we're all in this together.
It almost feels like everybody's coming out of their house after a blizzard and, a Minnesota reference, and you shovel out. And then you start talking to your neighbors. How was it the last couple of days or whatever it might be? They're re-energizing and they're looking for their neighbors. We keep saying, keep talking about the promise of America. And we say, take care of your neighbor.
In the face of a stranger, when you're looking in the face of a stranger, you should see a neighbor, right?
Yeah. I'm about crying on this when you talk about, look, a girl from Oakland, California, and a guy from out in Nebraska on there. And the number of people I watch just kind of nod and break into a smile. This exploiting the differences, it can't last. I talk about it being halftime in America. We're a touchdown down because a lot of folks, it's easier to tear things down. It's easier to divide than it is to build. But once you start that momentum, once we come out and where we're at right now, people want to be part of something that's winning. They want to be part of something that's good. And they want to be part of something that everybody can be a part of. And I kind of like the idea of being a little bit behind.
Well, I'm looking at Coach Walls right now.
Oh, boy. All I can say is
make it stop. Make it stop.
That was so scripted.
Oh, yeah.
They went over that so many times. You can tell. Oh, boy. And I'm not going to play the rest of it. It's just more blah.
Thank you. My ears stopped bleeding the second you stopped playing it.
Yeah. You mess something up, and then you say you're gonna fix it. Well, why didn't you fix it in the first place? You can't blame it because Biden did everything. It's and they have a little snippet back and forth that they one is blaming the other one. Biden's blamed her and she's blamed Biden for what happened and everything. It's ridiculous. And with that, I actually got 2 different videos for the last one here. I couldn't figure out which one I wanted to do, so I just do both of them. Hey, Lake, how you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm muted. I have landscaping. Unmute.
I heard.
Oh, did it pop up there? There, okay.
Today we're going to be doing a sampling of some MREs that we've had stored. These are at least no older than 6 years old, because the date on here is a revision date of 10/30/14, so that's 6 years.
Yeah.
What I have here is chicken and noodle with vegetable and sauce, and my favorite, beef stew. Now, the reason we're doing this for lunch day is periodically we'll check our stockpile and make sure it's still good. So we can take a sample today from it. So I'm gonna get this chicken noodles. The boy will probably eat this, and I'll probably eat beef stew. Might share a little bit. And so it is. So this is very long-term storage. What I recommend for you to do, if you get these, is right up here on the paper part, the day you bought it. The way you really know. I'm surprised I hadn't done this on these when I bought them, but we didn't. But cool, dry, dark area is best. Keep this stuff out. Let's see here. And seal this bag. Try to get it all out of there. This is 1 serving, of course, in this bag. What you can also do is you don't get this back here, and you can boil a pot of water. You stick this bag in there, and it will heat it up, and you can eat it straight out of the bag.
Well, depending on the MRE, that it has a thing that warms it up anyway.
So it's very fresh.
All you gotta do is put water in it, and it activates it and warms it up.
Chicken and noodle with vegetable and sauce. Okay.
Ugh, that one's gross.
What we got over here is we got beef stew. Like I said, this is my favorite, in freeze dried, in MRE packs like this.
Oh, that one's freeze dried?
These come out of Evansville, Indiana. Ameriquil Foods. I haven't bought these in quite a while. Hopefully they're still in business, but the food is outstanding. I'll just put these in my go bag here.
Yeah, there's they're wanting to make a lot of it out of bugs now. They're
you don't have to eat them hot.
They're MREs.
This looks pretty good. Now remember, this is emergency food. You're not gonna get full off this one pack. You got to have other stuff. So most of the time you get MREs, you have a dessert in it, drink, crackers, this and something else usually. And I buy these in single packs just for the I don't need all the extra junk. It's just a supplemental, quick on the run meal. Just some beef stew, so I'm gonna heat this stuff up. Cook it on low.
Okay, let's skip ahead to where
this is what the beef stew looks like.
Done.
It's
Oh,
not
it
as
looks
good looking
lovely.
as a regular military MRE. I'll let the boy try this and let me know how it tastes. And it's all right. Emergency situation, survival food. It's going to be good.
It's not okay.
Just to get enough to make it through the day, you know. Here's the beef stew. It looks pretty appetizing. Got a lot of beef in it. There's a lot of meat. Let me give a taste of this and see if it's any good or not. We hadn't sampled this stuff in about, probably about 4 years. It's actually pretty good. So,
Hurry up, wash it down.
I'm gonna go ahead and try this other stuff myself. He's in there, baby.
Try the chicken one. That one's not.
He's gonna go ahead and
good.
try it and see if he likes it. He got a thumbs up, so that's what he's gonna have for lunch today. I appreciate you watching. We got several more videos to do this evening. Best way to help us out is to subscribe to our channel and to
He is a great
up
channel.
videos, share
Make
with
sure you
friends.
go over and check him out.
That's what we can do. We're not monetized right now for this.
Yeah, he went and lost his other channel. He had a lot bigger channel. It was all monetized and everything. He completely lost it, so he started up this other one.
That's cool. He kept going.
Yeah. And let's get our next one here. Figured I'd give you guys two. Since that wasn't too appetizing, but I wanted to show you that the MRE thing. And come on, let's share it already. There we go. And I've showed her stuff here before. It's suburban homesteader. Oh, Arizona and Wyoming. Let me go ahead and start playing it.
To cook from around the world. Now, my mom's family came from Wales, and I have longed to be able to go there. Someday, I'm going to go there. And I love the whole country. I love everything about it. And I especially love their food. So today, I'm going to make what in Wales they call a cake, but here in the United States they would call a biscuit. Though it's spelled like this, it's actually pronounced Eveni. So I'm making Eveni cakes today. Now, I do want to make a special note. There are things when you live in Wyoming that you cannot get. That is commonplace in Wales. Mainly their cheese. And I could not get their cheese. I knew it was a cheddar cheese. I knew that it had mustard seed in it and a little bit of ale. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to make my own so that will still give it that good flavor. Also, they have a specific type of seaweed, which I could not get. But I buy seaweed all the time. I like eating seaweed. And so I'm going to use some of that. But are they going to be fabulous? They are going to be fabulous. Actually, I've been eating on one of them. So good. Let's go make them.
Here's my recipe for Eveni cakes from Wales. 1 cup plus 1 tablespoon of flour, 1/2 cup of butter, 1 leek, which is their national vegetable, 1/3 cup of Eveni cheese, and I'll show you how I'm going to substitute that, 1 teaspoon of dried laver bread, which is seaweed, 1 egg, and 1 tablespoon of milk. Now, because I can't find that type of cheese, I am going to use cheddar and some mustard seed. So here's my flour. And we're just going to go around and I'll just show you all the ingredients. 1 egg. You can mix that up if you want to. I'm not going to. 1 milk. And then because I want to make that cheese, this is my mustard seed. and my cheddar cheese. I could use ale instead of milk. There's the seaweed that we're going to add. Now, this is the seaweed that I'm going to use. It's just a snack seaweed that's got sea salt added to it. This is my leek. If you haven't ever grown a leek, we're going to use the light green part of it and all the way down to the white, plus the butter. I need a half a cup of butter for the recipe. The other butter I'm going to use when I fry those up. So let's first of all cut our leek up. So we're going to cut that end off, and then up to where the color kind of changes. The rest of that leek can go into the compost pile. You could give it to your chickens. I just want this part right now. So I'm going to use a sharp knife. You should always have sharp knives in your kitchen. It makes your job much easier. And I'm going to just chop those up. So first I'm doing them the long ways, then I'm just going to chop them up. You could have as small or as big pieces as you want. I want them fairly small, so then I'm just going to go through and chop them just a little teeny bit more. Total personal preference, honestly. A leek is very subtle, not like an onion or a garlic. And then I'm just going to chop up that butter just a little bit. It came out of the fridge, but it's just been sitting a little bit. It's a little warm in my kitchen, so it's pretty soft. I'm using my food processor. You can mix this in a bowl, but it is just so easy. So the flour and the butter goes in there. I'm going to put the lid on and just pulse it a few times. I just want to make it kind of like breadcrumbs, kind of like when you're making a pie crust. And so that's what I'm going to do, is just pulse a couple times. If you pulse it too much, the butter gets warmer and the result is not what I want. So there we go, kind of breadcrumbs like. We're going to add our leeks. Then we're going to add, since I can't have Ifeni cheese, I'm going to add my cheddar cheese, plus my mustard seed in there. And then I'm going to add that little bit of seaweed. You could always add more seaweed than I have in the recipe. It just depends on matter of taste. And then we're just going to pulse it a little teeny bit. See, it's starting to look more like a pie crust before you add the water. We're going to add the egg, and I'm going to add the milk, where I could add ale if I had some. We're going to go one more time, and we're going to just pulse it just a couple of times. If you pulse it too much, it gets really, really soft. Now, here's just a few things about Wales. Their nickname is Land of Song. Their vegetable is the leek, and that's why I picked this recipe. Their flower is a daffodil, which I absolutely love. Sport is rugby. Wales was founded in the 6th century. Think about that. Whoa. And the corgi dog comes from Wales. And my Reagan is a corgi. Also, interesting fact about Wales, they have more castles per square mile than any place in Europe. I found that fascinating. Okay, so we are taking it out. If it gets too soft, you can always just put it in the refrigerator for a little while. Seriously, you just want a really thick dough is what you want. I can sprinkle a little teeny bit of flour, push it all together. Look at that dough. That is fabulous. Soft, movable, pliable, and ready to make some cakes. I just like to play with it just a little teeny bit. Then I'm going to sprinkle a little flour on top, take my rolling pin, and I want to roll it out so it is about a centimeter thick, right around in there, a little more than a quarter inch. And out of this, I should be able to get about 10 of them, which is fabulous. One of the ways I like to eat this is with eggs in the morning, but you could eat it all kinds of times during the day. It has a great flavor that's not overpowering, that you could add with a lot of different dinners. So I'm going to turn my cast iron pan on to medium. I'm using grapeseed oil, just a little bit in there, and I'm also going to add some butter. Remember, I had that extra butter from before, and I can fit 5 or 6 of them in my frying pan. So I'm actually going to put 2 pads of butter in there. And I want it to be heated up before I put the biscuits in. It just makes it cook a little bit faster. And the whole idea is I want to fry those until they are golden brown. So see, I got 10 of them out of there. You can make them whatever size you want. My frying pan is heating up, and I'm actually going to do 6 the first time and 4 the other time. Just because I decided to. There is absolutely no reason. I just decided to. So that's what I'm going to do. I want them golden brown on both sides. And so I just flip them a few times, and then I'm going to flip them onto a plate with a paper towel, just in case if there's any extra grease from the grapeseed oil or from the butter. And then I'm going to just add a little bit more oil and butter to the pan and fry the other ones up.
Now, even though I couldn't get Ifeni cheese, these Ifeni biscuits are actually to die for. My kitchen smells great. I love leeks anyway. If you haven't been introduced to leeks before, they are in the allium family. They are milder. So if onions or garlic is too powerful for you, you should have some leeks. You can grow them yourself.
I like leeks.
It adds a
Like frying them
special
up.
thing to the
I do
cake
too.
biscuit in the United States. I have to tell you, they're fabulous. For me, these are great with eggs in the morning. But really, the taste is so wonderful. I think you could add them to any meal during your day. So, Tony, Pam, Jaden, and Ryan, thank you so much. Now remember, I will have a list of all the different channels that are on every single day at the end of this video, plus in the description below. So make sure you go and check it out. See all the dishes from around the world that you could try, because we need to broaden our horizons. Everybody, this is Sandy, Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. I hope you like, I hope you subscribe, I hope you love eating Ifeni cakes.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and put her link in there again, just so in case you guys want to go over there. She's always cooking something up or doing garden stuff. I don't know about seaweed either. Seaweed has got so much mercury in it now. I don't know if I'd want to eat any seaweed that comes out of the ocean.
Right. Oh, finally, the landscape has stopped. Woo-hoo.
But anyways, we're exactly at that 2-hour mark. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. I should be live tonight unless something pops up, and we'll see you back here Monday morning. Also make sure Sunday that you head over to Vineyard Chicks at 10:30 and Dig Deeper Ministry at 11:05 on Sunday. And I'll leave you with the verse of the day if I can get it to come up. Dang it. There you go. And it still didn't go up there. There it is. Nothing can defeat you because God is with you. Isaiah 54:7.
Amen.
With that, I wish you guys a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.
Have a good weekend. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out.